Well, let's go ahead and I'll call the meeting to order. We'll go through the preliminaries and hopefully she'll be back with us shortly. All right. Good evening, everyone. It is Tuesday, September 8th, 2020, and this is the City of Homestead, Florida Committee of the Whole meeting. It is now 9:15 p.m. And due to COVID-19, this will be a virtual Committee of the Whole meeting. The city will be accepting public comments as part of the meeting, which can be emailed to publiccomments@cityofhomestead.com. Public comments on agenda items can be submitted by noon on Monday, September 7th, and will be included in the minutes. Comments should be limited to 300 words per comment. Please include your name and address for the record. I believe that the mayor and all council, with the exception of Councilwoman Avila, who we're expecting momentarily, are present. Madam Manager, are there any additions, deletions, or deferrals?
No, Mr. Mayor, there are not.
Thank you. Tab 1 is the approval of the August 4th, 2020 Committee of the Whole minutes. Do we have a motion for approval?
Move approval.
Moved by Councilman Fletcher. Thank you. Second.
It's Councilwoman Avila is on.
Okay, very good. Okay, so we have a motion and a second to approve the August 4th, 2020 Committee of the Whole. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Very good, thank you. All right. Tab 2. It's a motion to place car number 2977 on the council agenda, the public entity general liability insurance renewal. Is this you, Madam Manager?
I believe it will start with Mr. Pearl.
Oh, okay.
I apologize, having a little trouble getting off mute there. This is a motion to place a resolution of the City Council of the City of Homestead, Florida, authorizing the purchase of the public entity general liability insurance and ancillary insurance coverages from Pidgeot Insurance Company, waiving competitive bidding requirements in accordance with the City Code, Section 2-411B, exemptions from competitive bidding, providing for implementation, and providing for an effective date on the consent agenda for the next meeting.
Okay, Madam Manager.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The city's current public entity general liability insurance policy has been with Preferred Governmental Insurance Trust since October 1st, 2015, and this quote reflects a net increase of 1% from the expiring term, which is attributable to exposure changes during the course of the year. This request is in accordance with the City of Homestead Code 2-411B, which provides that the City Council may waive formal competitive bidding in the best interest of the city by 2/3 vote of the council members present. Staff recommends that the mayor and council approve the attached resolution authorizing the city manager to purchase public entity general liability insurance for the city from Preferred Governmental Insurance Trust, that's Pidgeot, for the policy term of October 1st, 2020 through September 30th, 2021 for a total of $431,186. Public entity general liability insurance includes insurance for automobile, employer liability, public official, EDP, inland marine coverage, and police command post.
Okay. Thank you. Questions from council? Any questions from council? I had one. I noticed here in the description we're talking about renewal issues and the excess workman's comp coverage increased this year because our payroll increased by 7.63% from the previous policy year. I read an article recently where there may be some rebates or reductions on workman's comp due to the fact that entities didn't necessarily have employees in-house and out and about in a normal fashion, that they were, you know, working from home, and therefore, in general, less liability. Also, is that 7.63 increase due to normal COLAs, or did we add a lot of people last year? I know we had a significant reduction in the manager's office. That just caught my eye.
I believe that some of that increase has to do with the overtime increases.
Okay. All right. So,
And obviously, as a result of COVID.
all right. So that'll level out at the next renewal, we hope. No hurricane over time. That's pretty significant. That's a significant double whammy. Over $1 million in extra overtime and an increase in insurance. Okay. Council?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Council Fletcher.
on page, I'm looking at the quote, basically it's for public officials liability coverage, and it includes an employee count of 408 full-time, 73 part-time. Are those numbers reflective of current staffing, and will that, how much of an increase will that incur with the additional officers if we move forward with that next public hearing, or that'll just level out and we'll add those next year?
I'm not sure I can answer that question, but I believe our brokers are on the line and perhaps could speak to that.
I think, I know Mr. Jones was on at one point. Is he muted?
He's unmuted.
I see that he's on, and I believe he's trying to speak now. Mr. Jones, I think you're still on mute.
Yeah, I see. He's on mute.
Yeah, Yaniel, do you need to unmute him?
No, he's a panelist. He can mute or unmute himself. And
Okay. I think we have him now.
Can you help him?
I think he's on now.
Mr. Jones there?
But, just looking at it, I believe the quote is based on last year's adopted budget. So I'm sure it will increase if we're increasing the number by 13 employees.
Mayor, we'll see if we can reach out to him directly, see if the issue is there.
I sent him a text that said unmute yourself. I don't know if he's still working on that or not. Yes,
There's also another representative from the office, Kathy
Kathy Nicotra, I believe, is on.
Nicotra. Yeah, I don't know if she can speak for him.
Kathy, are you there?
She's unmuted as well.
Mayor, do you want to, we'll reach out to them. Do you want to come back to this item, to the question?
Yeah, Mr. Fletcher, hold your question, and were there any other, well, and I, in thinking about Mr. Fletcher's question, well, I'm going to put myself on mute and take Mr. Jones's call. Hello. All right, they're on cell phones. How would they unmute from the cell phone?
Danielle, did you hear that question? How they unmute from their cell phone?
What you're showing is on mute, though.
If you blink it and turn it on, it doesn't work. Mr. Mayor, if on a cell phone, there should be an unmute button on the WebEx page on their cell phone. And then we'll also have unmute the phone.
Why don't you look at your cell phones while you're on WebEx and see if there's an unmute button? Because we're still showing you as muted.
Mayor, also what he can do, he can just call in to the public number and the access code, and I can unmute him on that side as well. If he just does the call in with the access code.
Give me that number and access code, and I'll pass it along. Or you can hear our IT guy, correct? Okay, well, just call, yeah. All right, well, if you're still on your cell phone, hang up and call back in. Maybe they can unmute you, or it'll unmute from your end. Okay, yeah, like I'm the guy to try to do IT. Right, okay.
So, Mayor, there's items 3, 4, and 5. While we fix this, you want to go to 6?
Sure, let's do that while they're coming back on. Okay. So tab 6, motion to place car number 2968. Mr. Quirrell. Tab 6.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I'm just trying to find the resolution now. This is just a piggyback.
Yeah, but there is a resolution.
Where's the resolution?
There's a resolution.
Mr. Mayor, can you hear me?
We can. We've got Mr. Jones back.
Okay, we'll go back to tab 3, and then we'll find the resolution for 6.
Bring my book,
We're going
Kathy.
to go back to tab 3 and the following insurance issues. Mr. Fletcher, did you want to run your question by Mr. Jones and Ms. Nicotra again?
Yeah, and I believe it's on tab 2. At least in my book, it's on
Tab 2, yeah.
So the quote is based on the employee count of proposed 2021 budget without the additional folks that we potentially. Will that be an add-on to this, or how will that work if we approve this site and then approve additional personnel in 2 weeks?
The quote was based on the figures we've got from personnel, and once we turn it in, they're going to look at your employee count next year. There's not going to be a interim adjustment if you hire X number of new people.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure there was no significant increase.
What page is it? All right, let me just flip to the page you're looking at. Where you had 406 full-time?
Last year.
That was last year. No, down at the bottom.
Yeah, 408 full-time, 73 part-time.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. That's what the quote was based on. And that will be the number.
And it's a guaranteed
Okay.
rate.
And that's it. Well, it's guaranteed for the rest of this year.
Same rate as last.
Yeah, by the way, that you're on a 2-year program, and the reason that the premium only increased 1% was because the rates did not change. Had a minor change in the rating basis. So this was year 2 of a 2-year deal. Very, very attractive. You avoided a lot of turmoil that's going on in the market right now.
Yeah, that answered my question, Mr. Mayor. Thanks, Mr. Jones.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. All right. Did we have a motion and a second on tab 2 yet?
I'll move.
I'll make a motion.
All right. Moved by Councilwoman Avila,
I'll second it.
second by Councilman Roth. Now, this also includes, just to be clear and clarify this, includes waiving competitive bidding and approval of buying this policy for the coming fiscal year. Is that correct? Really a twofold issue.
Yes.
All right. Anything further from council? Okay. Before we vote, I just want to say, with all the insurance issues, I know we've had these policies for a while, and coming up with the analytical services, I think it's time to rebid these. Mr. Fletcher will remember, the city got itself in a lot of financial trouble a while back because it just kept renewing, and we really didn't go out into the marketplace and check the numbers of the people we've been doing business with for a long time. So for the reason of, I think it's time to put all of this stuff back out to bid, I'm going to be voting no. All right, so anything further from council? All right. Is there anyone other than myself that wishes to be recorded as a no vote on tab 2, car number 2977? All right, motion carries. Tab 3, motion place car number 2979. Mr. Pearl, do you have tab 3, a resolution for tab 3?
Yes, tab 3 will be a motion to place a resolution of the City Council of the City of Homestead, Florida, authorizing renewal of excess workers' compensation coverage with preferred government intent.
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Go ahead.
Okay. Waiving competitive bidding requirement in accordance with City Code Section 2-411B, exemptions from competitive bidding, providing for implementation, and providing for an effective date.
All right. Manager?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The city's current excess workers' compensation insurance policy has been with Preferred Governmental Insurance Trust since October 1st, 2015. And this quote reflects a net increase of 7.6% from the expiring term, which is attributable to exposure changes during the course of the year. This request is in accordance with the City of Homestead Code 2-411B, which provides that the City Council may waive formal competitive bidding in the best interest of the city by 2/3 vote of the council members present. Staff recommends that the mayor and council approve the attached resolution authorizing the city manager to purchase excess workers' compensation insurance for the city for the policy term October 1st, 2020 to September 30th, 2021 from Preferred Governmental Insurance Trust in the amount of $213,409.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from council on tab 3, the excess workers' comp insurance? Do we have a motion for approval?
Approval.
Moved by Councilman Fletcher. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Roth. Any further questions or comments from council? Close the public hearing. Does any member of council other than myself wish to be recorded as a no vote on this matter? All right. Appears that the motion carries. So on tab 4, car number 2980. Mr. Pearl?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, tab 4 is a motion to place a resolution of the City Council of the City of Homestead, Florida, authorizing the renewal of cyber liability coverage with Lloyd's of London underwriters, waiving competitive bidding requirement in accordance with City Code Section 2-411B, exemptions from competitive bidding, providing for implementation, providing for an effective date on the consent agenda of the council meeting.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from council or a motion to approve?
I have one quick question, Mayor.
Councilwoman Davis.
Sorry, I was trying to unmute myself on the last one. Can staff just speak real quickly to give an example, how would waiving competitive bidding be in the benefit of the city?
Jerry and Scott is going to speak about this.
Good evening, Councilwoman. The city is waiving competitive bidding on its part, but our broker actually went out and did the competitive bidding for us. Tom, can you speak to that, please?
Yes. Let's talk about the workers' comp for a moment. That is also with Pidgeot. It's also in year 2 of a 2-year rate guarantee. And the current retention is $250,000 that you will not find in the marketplace as we speak. Other carriers, you're right, excess comp, the starting point is generally $500,000. You may get someone at $350,000, but I doubt it. But I would venture to say there's no one out there writing a $250,000 retention at the moment. We go to the market as the market dictates, or as the renewing carrier dictates, in terms of them coming back with what we think are terms that are unreasonable in terms of coverage or pricing or both. In addition to what we do from a market survey, everything that we do in our proposal is submitted to Cyber & Associates, and they review our work, compare it to their other clients, and then write a letter with regard to what their findings are. I don't have it in front of me, but in essence, they recommended renewal. They, from time to time, may have a comment or a recommendation, but generally do not. And I think that they would probably tell you that they are pleased with the work that we do for the city. One of the things that we think is important is consistency in the market, and not having a situation where every year or two, certainly not every year, but every year or 2 or 3, you're in the marketplace, because what happens is the carriers look at you as not a serious player, and they feel like they have a loss situation, and they feel like they need to increase their premium. And they come back with a small increase or some type of increase, and that you're going to be gone. So we do put the account out to market as we believe it should be done. And the most recent one is a smaller coverage where we changed pollution carriers from AIG to Chubb. So there is marketing done, and extensively done every year on the property, because that market is in such flux that it's just a requirement.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. Now, I know that there are always concerns from the public regarding when we waive competitive bidding, and I just wanted a little clarity on that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mayor, if I may?
Sure, Councilwoman.
Thank you. I just want to say that I do work with a lot of insurance agents in my line of work. I haven't worked with Mr. Jones per se, but everything I've read so far and everything that I'm hearing, especially knowing the volatile state of the insurance market right now, I feel very comfortable with the policies that are being brought to us. And I do know that as a broker, he is going out and finding the best price for us. And I'm surprised at the rates that I'm seeing. So I do feel comfortable moving forward with these. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so I think we have...
Mayor, I'll just, this one, I think I'll just read the tab 4. I haven't read that one. And this renewal quote is less than the expiring policy term because the city's broker wrote a policy without a commission on this one. Staff recommends that the mayor and council approve the attached resolution authorizing the city manager to renew the cyber liability insurance for the city for the policy term October 1st, 2020 to September 30th, 2021 from Lloyd's of London for $28,954.14.
Thank you. I guess this is where I should make some comment about our attorneys are giving us a 10% discount across the board through the end of the year, but anyhow. Okay, so did we have a motion on tab 4?
Move it.
Moved by Councilman Ross. Have a second on tab 4?
Second.
Second.
All right. Councilman Fletcher beat you to it, Councilwoman. All right. Nothing further from council. Is there anyone other than myself who wishes to be recorded as a no on this item? The motion carries. And thank you, Mr. Jones and Ms. Nicotra. That's it for their business, correct?
Thank you very
Thanks for
much.
hanging in there tonight. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Our pleasure.
All right, tab 5, motion to place car number 2948 on the council agenda, the Children's Trust Youth Enrichment Program. Mr. Pearl?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, this would be a motion to place a resolution of the City Council of the City of Homestead, Florida, accepting a grant award from the Children's Trust of Miami-Dade County for a youth college preparation program, approving the grant agreement, authorizing the city manager to execute the grant agreement, establishing a budget in the amount of $195,811 for the expenditure of grant funds, and providing for an effective date on the consent agenda for the council meeting.
Thank you. Madam Manager?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As mentioned, this is a grant award from Children's Trust, and the City of Homestead provides a school year and summer college preparation program for youth in grades 6 through 12 through the Police Athletic League. And during the school year, the program serves 20 students at Homestead Senior High, 20 students at West Homestead K through 8 school, and Homestead PAL serves 20 students for a total of 60 students. And during the summer, the program serves 60 students at the Williams Community Center. Staff recommends that the mayor and council approve the attached resolution authorizing the city manager to enter an agreement and establish a budget for a grant award of $195,811 from the Children's Trust of Miami-Dade County for an after-school and summer college preparation program for 60 youth.
Thank you. Council?
Mr. Mayor.
Mayor,
First, Mr. Fletcher, and then the Vice Mayor.
Okay, of course, I think we need to approve this. It's a grant award for the city of Homestead. However, looking at our current conditions with COVID-19, how do we plan on expending these funds this year?
I'll defer to PD to respond to that question, Councilman.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. We are currently doing everything virtual, as all Children's Trust programs, after school and summer programs, are all virtual. And right now, I believe we have 45 youth enrolled on a daily basis. And we'll see what happens as we get farther into the year and closer to the summer for the college tour.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Is that it, Mr. Fletcher?
Yeah, that's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Vice Mayor?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I want to thank Sandy Nanny and your team for continuing to facilitate this program amidst the COVID pandemic. My question was the same as Councilman Fletcher, were these services being provided virtually? And if so, is there digital instructional materials that you're using? What does the instruction look like virtually? And have you created additional materials to be able to facilitate the curriculum as opposed to like a textbook approach? What has been your method?
Currently, we're using Khan Academy, which is all online. We're also utilizing the 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens by Stephen Covey, and all of that we've taken the material and we've reproduced it so we can do it virtually with the youth.
Okay, definitely yes. Khan Academy can be used because it's digital. And I like the fact that you're using Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens. I would love to see how the students are engaged in that platform virtually. But nonetheless, thank you so much for facilitating this very needed program in our community for a very fragile population. I believe this is the 3rd year of this implementation.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Vice Mayor. Yes, it is the 3rd year, and we will have 2 more years.
Okay, perfect. Job well done. and let us know how this goes virtually.
Well, today was day one, so we should have some results by tomorrow morning. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Any further from council?
Yes, Mayor.
Yes.
Just another quick kudos to Sandy and your team. I look forward to hearing how well this goes. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, which one of you teachers are going to move this item?
Me.
And second by the Vice Mayor. All right. We have a motion and a second for approval. Is there anyone who wishes to be recorded as a no vote? All right. Thank you. Motion carries. All right. Tab 6. Motion to place car number 2968 on the council agenda, procure analytical laboratory services from Florida Spectrum Environmental Services, Inc. Mr. Pearl?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, this is a motion to place a resolution of the City Council of the City of Homestead, Florida, authorizing the procurement of analytical laboratory services from Florida Spectrum Environmental Services, Inc., recognizing applicable exemption from engaging competitive bidding pursuant to City Code Section 2-411.185, exemptions from competitive bidding, providing for implementation, providing for renewal, and providing for an effective date on the council agenda.
Thank you. Madam Manager?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The City of Homestead water and wastewater treatment facilities are required by the Department of Environmental Protection, the Department of Health, and Durham to perform analytical laboratory testing daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and annually in order to operate. Florida Spectrum Environmental Services, Inc. has been performing these required tests for the city for over 10 years, and the city has been satisfied with the services rendered. Staff recommends that the Mayor and Council approve the attached resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into an agreement with Florida Spectrum Environmental Services, Inc. for analytical laboratory testing on an as-needed basis and within the established departmental budget. This purchase is in accordance with Town of Davie Contract Number CS18-89, Laboratory Service for Water and Wastewater Systems.
Thank you. Council?
I move it.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for approval, and this also includes waiving of competitive bidding. And I would just note that this is the 10th year we've retained this entity. I believe that's in the materials.
Yes, that's correct, Mayor.
Okay, so can somebody give me a ballpark figure as to what our annual expenditures are for this company? I mean, I know
Yes,
it's
I'll
on
turn
an
it.
as-needed basis, but I didn't have a number to give me any frame of reference.
Good evening, Mayor. This item, it states that it was that we waived the competitive bidding, but it was bid by City of Davie, and we're basically piggybacking on that contract. The car item shows a $0 amount because it's on an as-needed basis, but we have budgeted $108,000 for this service, and that includes water and wastewater testing that is required by our permitting, by all the permits that we have through the different regulatory agencies.
Okay, well, but was this a current bidding by Davie, or is this a continued rollover? Because I thought
It's actually, so we're actually benefiting from the fact that the contract is a 2018 contract, so we're benefiting from the pricing of 2018 now. So we're glad that Spectrum was able to be able to allow us to continue using the same pricing that they had on a 2018 contract. So.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, and that amount's been pretty consistent? I mean...
Yes.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, I think we had a motion and a second. Is there anyone who wishes to be recorded as a no vote on this matter? Motion carries unanimously. And tab 7, motion to place car number 2975 on the council agenda. Settlement of case number, did I miss one?
No?
Okay.
Nope.
Case number 2020-008077 CA1, Floyd versus Homestead Police Department. Mr. Pearl.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, this is a motion to place resolution of the City Council of the City of Homestead, Florida, approving the settlement of all claims by Noah Floyd, a minor bond through his father and next best friend Eric Floyd, providing for implementation, providing for an effective date. This was a case that we had discussed in an executive session some time ago. On June 23rd, 2019, Noah Floyd, a minor, was accidentally bitten by a City of Homestead Police Department service dog at or near 1601 Southeast 28th Avenue. Eric Floyd is the natural father of Mr. Noah Floyd. Mr. Floyd has alleged that Noah was injured and that he incurred medical expenses as a result of the accident. Mr. Floyd is willing to execute a general release extinguishing any and all claims against the City of Homestead, including all past, present, and future claims for damages arising from the accident, for a total amount of $27,500, inclusive of all costs and attorney's fees. And we recommended that you accept the settlement.
Thank you. Council, do we have a motion for approval?
Move it.
Moved by Councilwoman Alva,
Second.
second by Councilwoman Bailey. Any further discussion from council? Does anyone wish to be recorded as a no vote? And drum roll, please. Tab 8, final item. Motion to place car number 2952 on the council agenda. The 2020 Edward Byrne Memorial Grant.
Mayor, the Department of Justice has tentatively awarded the City of Homestead $49,827 for the fiscal year 2020 Edward Byrne Memorial Grant. The funds will be utilized for law enforcement overtime, $29,582, in order to conduct investigations of crimes committed within the City of Homestead, and law enforcement training, $20,245. The requirement of the grant award is that the grant application and budget be presented to the governing body for review and public comment. The grant is subject to a formal grant agreement that will be brought back to council for final approval once the final grant award is made. No matching funds are required for this grant. Staff recommends that mayor and council approve the attached fiscal year 2020 Edward Byrne Memorial Grant application and budget for law enforcement overtime and training.
Thank you. Council?
Move it.
Moved by Councilwoman Alva.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Fletcher. I knew that one was coming from that end of the table. Any further from council? Anyone wish to be recorded as a no vote on this matter? Motion carries. Any further from the attorneys?
If I can just request a quick executive session in the matter of Dante v. City of Homestead, case number 17-020561, CA01, in the 11th Judicial Circuit for Miami-Dade County. Thank you.
You've got it. Madam Manager?
No, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Nothing here.
Motion to adjourn?
Move it.
Moved by Councilman Alva.
Second, and good night.
And good night. Thank you all. Very
Thank you all.
And thoughtful conversation. Thank you all. Good night. Meeting adjourned.
Night.